Super League.
It's a mission impossible.
So Tom Cruise will try that now. Anyway, welcome.
The first is what I saw, the people love football, they love sport, and this is the first step to make results. I saw when I was driving by car around Kolkata, big park. And I saw many kids, young generation people, playing football here. I don't understand why you don't bring these kids who like to play football in a club, in a football club, and teach them. How you give the children to the school, you have to give the kids in a young age to the football club, and the football club give you the guarantee like the school do, they get a good teacher. And then you will improve in football, and then maybe in 14, in 16 years, you can go with the Indian national team to World Cup.
So that's the structure that we were mentioning. In fact, that's the answer that he had given me an hour back when we were chatting. You agreed to be the league ambassador for the Bengal Super League. I'm sure you had multiple discussions with Rahul and Pavalda and the rest of the team. What do you reckon? What can this league do in terms of potential, the transformative potential of this league?
I think it's a good idea. Next to the Indian Super League, you have your league here in duration, and I think each new competition can support and can help and can improve the football in India. The idea is very good. Now we have to check it, how the people like it. They come to the stadium, and I think you have under the Super League, the next league, maybe it's the same for a little bit maybe more younger player, because the pressure is not so high, but they like to win, they have to play, they have competition, and I think we have this project, and this can be a project for the future and can help the Indian football.
Every time I've interviewed you, and I've interviewed you in the past as well, what I've liked is you've been hands-on with every project that you're a part of. I've seen international stars and stars who have been part of a project, just lending their name, and it's a hands-off association. In your case, how closely will you be associated with the Bengal Super League?
Yeah, I have this idea, or I have this mind too, because when I go somewhere and it's Beckham football school, I like to see, or my son like to see Beckham. He don't like to see the name, he like to see Beckham in person, but he's not there. But I will come to India, to Kolkata, to follow this project.
Nice.
I'm not follow only on the pictures or in the media. I will come often, it's possible, to this city and follow the project with my partners.
So we can expect you in December or January during the start and the prize distribution when the tournament takes off. Can we say that?
The plan is to come back in around 2 months, because my schedule is full. You know my business. I have the same my jobs in Germany. I work for the TV channels, 65 live games in different stadiums all around Europe. This means a lot of time I spend for these two part of my jobs, but in another time it's really possible to come often to India to follow the project, to give maybe ideas, because I have to see it. Only from far, I cannot make my mind. I have to listen maybe you, or I have to listen my partner. It's going well, it's going not so well, and then it's better I see what I like to see, I have to see, to can give the advice what is maybe in the project working well and maybe what we can do better.
Okay. Before I give it to my friend, one of India's and Bengal's best voices and composers, musicians, singers, Anupam Roy, to continue with the conversation. I know every one of my audience here is an avid football fan. So the question is, I know I'm digressing from the Bengal Super League. Lothar Matthäus in Germany gives us a vision of fight and winning world titles, 1990. Why is it Spain and France and Argentina? What has happened to German football? Why is Germany not in the top top reckoning for the FIFA World Cup of 26?
Nobody gives you the guarantee, only because you are living in a football country who has good results in the past. You have to work every day very hard to get the results back, or you make it better. And Germany was not didn't have a good performance in the last 2 World Cups. We go home after the group stage, after 3 games, and it is not the level where we have to play. We have to accept and have always the wish and the must to be minimum in the quarter-final in each World Cup. This was not good in the last 2 years. This means we was doing something wrong, and I hope for the next World Cup in North America. I think we have a good team, we have good players. They're playing in the best teams in Europe. They play in the Premier League, they play in the Spanish League, they play by Bayern Munich, they play maybe in Italy. And I think we have players, and now it's important because football is a team sport. We have to connect the players, and then we have to connect the players with the coach. And then we have to find the right way. What is the right position for the player? What is the right system for the team, for these players? What they are playing, which system they are playing in their club teams. Somebody is playing with 5 in the defense or 3 in the defense. Bayern Munich is playing always with 4 in the defense. I think we have a lot of Bayern Munich players in the national team. This means we can play the same system like Bayern Munich. We have the player for this system in a high quality. Because now, in the last 2 games, we was missing Musiala, we was missing Havertz, we was missing another very important player for a World Cup. And I think when we have all the players ready in the World Cup, no team like to play against Germany. This don't mean we win the World Cup, but I think we are a team who can be very, very good, can have a very good performance, can make good results. We can win against England, we can win against France, we can win against Spain, because they are the 3 favorites for me. Argentina and Brazil, I really don't know how they perform in the World Cup, because I am far from these 2 countries. Brazil had problems in the last year. Messi is not anymore in the age like 3 years ago, and is playing in a different competition in US. For this, I really don't know, but who is going to the World Cup has a chance to go far. And far for me, for Germany, is minimum the semi-final. The semi-final is a good result for us. What is more, only small things can make the difference.
Your favorite football moment?
To be fair, before I met Lothar, I haven't really have been in touch with football so much. And only through him, I started watching football games, started to understand more and more and more. So I can't really say that there was a favorite moment, but I always enjoy watching football with Lothar together. And when I learn more and he explains something to me, but I can't really tell you.
So what was your sport before you got in, you met Lothar? What was your sport?
I was into fighting, judo.
So fascinating. She was German champion in judo. Wow. Thank you for telling me. So when I come to Olympic sport, now that you mentioned judo, this whole tradition of Olympism and culture, and I think of the 1936 Olympics, I think of all of that. One goes to Berlin, one still sees ritual. What does sport mean to you, and what is the one lesson that you learned from being, or in your career as a sports person in judo?
I think, first of all, so coming from my sport, I think sports is a test of discipline, mental strength, and I think that's also respect, of course, and constant improvement, and I think that's the most important lessons you can take away from sport.
Nice.
We are close enough to hit Olympics slot or a World Cup slot.
Yeah, and what is also of interest to me, Rahul, and that's something I want to ask. is if I take a look at the current scenario of Indian football, I think the women's teams are way better than the men's teams. Whether it is the senior team, whether it is the under 20, whether it is under 17, all of them have qualified for the Asian Cup. I think with some push, we might even make the World Cup or the Olympic Games. What's your thought? Where is Bengal Super League? When is Bengal Super League for women going to start?
I think soonest, this is the first season, and IFA has already been doing a lot of work in women's football, so we can't even have the excuse to say there's not enough talent or there's not enough people available. I am really hopeful we could start it next year, but...
Thank you. Yes, of course I hope that this is really going to be something very special, and I know it's in great hands. I mean, Rahul and the whole team, I've been working with them. They're very passionate. They are here to do something, make it successful. And going by their track record, there's not much you're not successful at. So
I'll definitely be coming and supporting as much of this league as I can. Thank you.
Yeah, and the reason I went to Andrew first is very few people will go and watch local women's football. And this guy doesn't need any motivation to do that. He turns up to watch whether it's Sribhumi, whether it's East Bengal, whether it's some of the other teams. He and I had multiple debates why Mohun Bagan does not have a women's team, and my hand is up, they must. So that's the reason I went to Andrew. I know...
Go anywhere in this city, in this state, and you see that talent. And if you can harness it, there's no limit. West Bengal has a population of around 100 million people, the same as Vietnam, my wife's country. Both of them are struggling to get to that level that they should be at in terms of their talent, because for different reasons. But in this particular case, if you have a Bengal Super League that works, and you have the ecosystem, it's not just about the franchise teams, it's about the model of having boys and girls as well, because I also agree with what you say about the women 100%. I've already tweeted at you about it, by the way, while you were chatting. That's why I was on my phone.
All for the Bengal Super League. Go close and do the photograph together, please. Yes, perfect. Shivaji, down. Yeah. No, it's okay. Down, actually.
I have to say something. I must also tell you that this is a FIFA Pro certified ball, and it is one of the first regional tournament with an original FIFA Pro certified. So this is going to be available on the FIFA website very soon. So this is the quality we want to bring into the BSL.
I like the color because India is colorful.
Yes.
And I think the ball is a ball for championship in India. And for this, I think it's the right combination between white and violet. Lila, I like it very much. I hope the players like him too, to score this ball in the goal.
North Bengal United Football Club, ladies and gentlemen. That's some good support there on stage as well. Nice. Our Royal City Football Club. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Hide down.
Lovely. So that's our first team for tonight, the Bardwan Blasters. Thank you. Thank you very much. So that's the Kopa Tigers from Birbhum. Fabulous. Bengal Auto Football Club, that's their jersey reveal on stage. Please, can I now have representatives of all? So that's the jersey reveal for the North Chobbish Pargana Football Club. Thank you very much. So that's FC Medinipur, Football Club Medinipur, their jersey being launched there on stage. Thank you very much, Novi. Thank you. And that brings us to the end of this program. The best part is we started with a slight delay, but we've been able to make up for time and we've been able to close out on time. So the hooter goes, dinner is served, Lothar Matthäus, long day. Absolutely appreciate you taking. Kamalda goes and takes his position right behind Lothar, so his picture can't be get cut. That's the good tackler. Man-to-man marking. Not bad. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.